I'm finally launching my first ever podcast next week, and by the end of the year, we expect it to bring in a minimum of 200,000 in additional revenue to my business. And here's the crazy part. It's not because of ads or sponsorships or downloads. The real opportunity with podcasting in 2025 is something most entrepreneurs haven't caught wind of yet. So what's the strategy, and why is right now the only time to do this before 2026? But real quick, if you're new here, I'm John, founder and CEO of adclients.com. We've helped our clients across the world generate over 122 million using battle-tested marketing and sales strategies, and run the UK's #1 event for online entrepreneurs called AdCon. So why is right now the perfect opportunity to launch a podcast, and why am I doing it right now? Well, the first thing is that the path has been trodden. So many people have gone before and proven the model, but it is still so utterly underutilized that there's massive opportunity that remains. The second reason is the current state of trust in almost every marketplace. The advancement of AI is making it easier for the average person to create AI generated content, which means more content, more noise, and it's harder for consumers to navigate that noise and find people that they can trust. The answer is a personal brand, but a personal brand with a voice and with a face. So producing long form content like a podcast is going to have you standing head and shoulders above other people that are whipping together quick, easy to create AI content that's hard to trust. So let me take you behind the scenes of my launch strategy for the podcast. I'm going to be inviting my clients, my community, the people that are on my email list to come and join a wait list to be notified the very moment that we drop the first episode of the podcast. But here's the kicker. We're not just going to drop one episode, not just two, not just three. We're going to drop a whole host of episodes, hours of binge-worthy content that they're going to absolutely love. And in exchange for being front of the queue and hearing this information before anyone else on the face of the planet, we're going to ask them for reviews and to support the podcast, because for us to have a successful launch, we need to get people listening quickly, and we need 5-star reviews quickly on every platform. And if you've watched any of my content right now and you want to be a part of this, I would so appreciate the help, and I'd love for you to be a part of this. There's a link in the description box where you can jump on that very waitlist for the podcast. You'll be notified before anyone else. We've got some cool bonuses and fun stuff going on, and I'd love it if you would review the podcast when it first comes out. So here's the game behind the game, right? I'm not just creating content for the sake of creating content. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I want to attract customers and clients, but I want to do that the right way through the right vehicles. I mentioned earlier that trust in the industry is at an all-time low, and so we want to repair what I call the trust bridge. You've got you on one side, you've got your potential client on the other side, and we want to invite them over the bridge to come into your programs and engage in your business. Value is that bridge. I have found in my experience, having helped clients generate 122 million, I've seen it all, and I've watched as the most successful businesses of mine, most successful clients that I've coached, comes from having a great value proposition over having sneaky, manipulative marketing sales strategies. So value needs to be at the heart of what you're doing, which leads us to the next thing I want to talk about, which is that the way in which we deliver that value now needs to be longer than it was before, right? The more that trust is difficult to acquire in the online space right now, the more we need to give up front. Hence, doing a podcast and launching that now, but also putting so much effort into the very YouTube channel that you find yourself on right now. I want to overwhelm you with the level, quality, and length of the value that I'm providing you, so that at the right time, potential clients in our midst decide to come and work with us. And as you would imagine, that is how we're going to be able to monetize the podcast. We're going to put a tremendous amount of time, effort, and energy into having amazing content, amazing guests. And we're not, contrary to popular belief, going to monetize the podcast with sponsorships and ads. That only really works for the massive podcasts with massive reach. But what about you and me, launching a podcast for the first time and building our way from the ground up? We need to have an offer behind the podcast. And I have some incredible offers that many of my audience would love to take me up on. And I know that the podcast will be a catalyst for more of those clients. And that is exactly how we're going to do a minimum of 200,000 from this podcast before the end of 2025. And launching a podcast is part of a bigger plan. This is called my momentum framework that I've been teaching my clients for a long time. Step 2 is all about the traffic. We buy it, we build it, or we borrow it. And what we find ourselves with right now with the podcast is a build it strategy. I'm building a platform, a place where I can provide value, a place where I can build an audience that's very hard for anyone to take that away from me. And then we couple that with other strategies like paid ads for buy it and borrow it, getting on other people's podcasts and other people's stages. There's a whole master plan here that I've used to scale my own businesses to $40+ million online. If you want that, it's my free gift to you. There's a link in the description box. Just tell me where to send it. If you want to learn more about the bigger picture of my business, the offers, the funnels, the traffic strategies, the sales, I've got a whole master blueprint that I broke down for you in this video. So go ahead and check that out. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.